Russia's ambassador to the United Nations has lashed out at the UK over its handling of the Skripal poisoning case. Vasily Nebenzia traded accusations with the US and UK reps during a highly charged session after Moscow was once again denied access to the entire probe.
Russia has a proven record of conducting state-sponsored assassination, including on the territory of the United Kingdom.
They keep saying that Russia has a proven record of assassinations, but proven by whom? Our Western partners don't listen to us and don't hear us. They don't need facts.
The United States agrees with the UK's assessment that Russia is responsible for the chemical weapons in Salisbury. Whether that is in their direct act or irresponsibly losing control of the agent, which could be worse.
The OPCW report has nothing that would help Britain to incriminate Russia. What is more important, the OPCW has confirmed that Novichok can be made in any laboratory with the right equipment. And there are such laboratories in the US and the UK. The formula has been known since 1998. If you look at Google patents and search for Novichok, you can find more than 100 matches in the US alone.
More than a month on from the Skripal poisoning, and questions over the source of the nerve agent used in the attack remain unanswered. The UK says neither its military lab nor the global chemical watchdog have been able to identify the country that produced the agent. Nadira Tudor has more details.
We've seen an awful lot of tit for tat, and actually the barrage of accusations are coming from both camps now, from the Brits and the Russians. Now, the OPCW held a session behind closed doors at their headquarters in The Hague. It appears that there was confirmation from the British side that there was no information about the source of that chemical agent that was used in the Salisbury attack. Let's have a quick listen to what was said.
Neither DSTL's analysis nor the OPCW's report identifies the country or laboratory of origin of the agent used in this attack. There is no plausible alternative explanation for what happened in Salisbury than Russian state responsibility.
Russia has responded because of those leaks by releasing a rather strong statement. The first being, and I'll read them to you, that Russia has answered all the questions that they've been asked to by the UK with regards to Salisbury. And secondly, Russia provided proof that Novichok was produced and patented in the US as a chemical weapon back in 2015.
Russia will not accept any, be it national or international, results of an investigation without access to full information, including materials from the British probe, without consular access to our citizens, and most importantly, without the obligatory participation of Russian experts in all actions to establish the truth in all that happened in Salisbury on March the 4th.
So, to clarify the situation to date, there is no definitive independent evidence that basically points to the fact that the source came from Russia, or indeed that the Kremlin ordered that attack in Salisbury. And so from the Russian perspective, that this lack of evidence, as they see it, is being widely ignored by the wider community.
Former MI5 agent Annie Machon says that even though the UK's position has weakened somewhat, London is unlikely to backtrack on its allegations against Russia.
They've sort of backed themselves into a corner now. I can't see how they can rescind what they've already said, because particularly, not only did they expel 23 Russian diplomats virtually immediately before the OPCW had even had a chance to examine this so-called evidence, but they encouraged a lot of their NATO partners to do the same thing. So they can't afford diplomatically to row back from this position, particularly in a very vulnerable diplomatic time for Britain with Brexit looming. So I'm not quite sure what they can do apart from to keep scapegoating Russia. But I suspect, rather sadly, this is going to sort of languish in the conspiracy theorist category for anyone who questions this very threadbare official narrative that Britain has pulled together.